This is a recording of this year's Virtual Residency Fair. We'd like to take the time to thank the programs that volunteered their time to present to this year's applicants. This year's PM&R Scholars Virtual Residency Fair is supported by PM&R Recap and Ultrasound Guidance. PM&R Recap is the leading resource for your physiatry board preparation, clinical preparation, audition rotations, and beyond. PM&R Recap offers 35 hours of review videos, hundreds of review questions, and oral board cases to help you become the best physiatrist that you can be. Head to pmnrrecap.com to learn more. Ultrasound Guidance is the innovative new online ultrasound learning platform that gives you instant access to expert instruction. With rapid scans and complete scans of every joint and peripheral nerve, Ultrasound Guidance is the perfect way to jumpstart your MSK ultrasound learning. Visit ultrasoundguidance.com to learn more.
All right, can you guys all see my screen?
Yes, we can.
And hopefully you guys can see me. All right, quick introduction. I am Chase Beal. I am one of the chief residents here at Case Western Metro Health in Cleveland, Ohio. I wanted to obviously show off, we just completed our brand new state-of-the-art hospital that was completed last year. And this is a picture of it. It is beautiful inside and out, and we've definitely enjoyed getting to spend some time there with brand new facilities. And I'll kind of go over some of the other remodels that our program in particular gets to enjoy. We are affiliated with Case Western Reserve here in Cleveland. We are one of 3 PM&R residencies that is affiliated with them. We are the largest. So we are 6 residents per year. And all 6 of our spots are actually categorical. That was a new change as of about 2 years ago. So you'll spend your PGY 1 year here at Metro Health with an IM-based preliminary year. We do steal you over for 1 month of that to come spend some time on our stroke rehab floor and get to know you a little bit during your PGY 1 year. We are one of the oldest PM&R residencies in the country. We got ACGME accreditation back in 1958. I think there may be only 1 or 2 that are a little bit older than us. And your residency training here will entail both inpatient and outpatient rotations. And those will be housed at Metro Health, Cleveland Clinic, the VA, as well as being able to do some elective opportunities at several other sites in the Cleveland area. Here's a picture of our program. This is actually missing quite a few people, including me, but this includes our graduating class from this last year. Pretty large program, a lot of people, a lot of support, and a lot of faculty that really care about our learning. Here's our program leadership. Our program is led by Dr. Jared Placeway, who is our program director. We have Dr. John Che, who is a very well-known name in the PM&R field, who is our department chair, and Randa Kareem, who is probably one of the most important people in our residency. She is our program coordinator, and she will make sure that you are taken care of and well-fed throughout your entire residency here. We also do have 4 associate program directors, Dr. Gabbett, who is a neuromusculoskeletal specialist, as well as our prosthetics and orthotics specialist here. We have Dr. Erin Barnes, who is a sports trained doctor who helps with our ultrasound curriculum, and we do a lot of sports coverage and ultrasound guided injections with her. We've got Dr. Syed, who is a pain medicine trained physician, and he is helping out with some of our academic things. And then we've got Dr. Juliet Zakel, who is a neuro rehab specialist. She spends a lot of time on our stroke floor, and they all kind of help to make the President's Program run. Now, what does your PGY 1 year look like? If you were to spend time with us, it's going to be, your first year is about 21 to 22 months of inpatient medicine. That is spent across the general medical floor, in the cardiac telemetry unit, as well as medical step down. You do not have to spend any time in ICU, and that is by design. They asked a few years ago if we would be interested in that, and I said probably not. We don't do a lot of ICU care at our facility, and I don't think it's necessarily all that beneficial. We do spend 6 months doing night float. That's every other night. It's actually a very reasonable schedule as far as hours go. You get 16 weeks of electives during your first year. This has been recently increased over the last 2 years from 12 to now 16. So you get a lot of elective time to spend in whatever interests you. We, again, steal you over for 4 weeks of that time to come spend a month on our stroke floor. And during that first year, you have no clinical responsibilities, and you do get 4 weeks of vacation. Now, the rest of your rotations as an actual PM&R resident kind of goes as follows. Your PGY 2 year is a little bit more inpatient heavy. You're going to spend 6 months at our inpatient rehab facilities. That will be spread across our 3 floors, 2 months on each floor. We have a spinal cord unit, a traumatic brain injury unit, and a stroke unit. You'll get 3 months of outpatient exposure, 1 month in musculoskeletal medicine, 1 in neuro rehab, and 1 in pain medicine. 1 month spent on consults, as well as some dedicated research time and a evidence-based medicine research course, one-on-one with our department chair. That's 1 hour a day for every weekday that you spend one-on-one talking with Dr. Che, going through evidence-based medicine. It is by far one of the highlights of what we have available here at Metro Inpatient Rehab. And then we do spend 2 months over at the VA. 1 of those is on the spinal cord unit and 1 in their general rehab inpatient. PGY 3 year, a little less inpatient. You're only spending 3 months. It's about 1 on each floor, kind of depends on how the schedule shakes out. 2 months of just general outpatient. Then we get 1 month of dedicated EMG time, another month of consult and research service, and again, another month of one-on-one time with Dr. Che, but this time going over professional development and leadership styles, really preparing us to be leaders in the field of PM&R. And then we do spend another month doing general rehab over at the VA. We get a month of sports medicine over at the Cleveland Clinic in our 3rd year, a month at their pediatric rehab facility, and 2 months of electives. Then in our 4th year, we only spend 2 months on inpatient, 4 months doing outpatient rehab, another dedicated EMG month, 2 months spent over at the VA doing EMGs and ultrasound guided procedures. So we get a lot of volume over there. Another month at the Cleveland Clinic doing some consults, 1 more month of Cleveland Clinic pediatrics, and 1 elective during our 4th year. So it's a little bit heavy inpatient as you start out, but things get a lot more outpatient as you progress. The outpatient blocks, we've got pain block, a musculoskeletal block, and a neuro block, as well as a general and specialty. The specialty is our dedicated EMG time, as well as some Botox injections. And this just kind of goes through some of the things that you'll be seeing while you're on those different blocks, working with different providers. We also do have a resident continuity clinic. You'll participate in this during your PGY 3 and 4 years. It's 1 half day a week, same day every week for you. And you'll do 1 year in neuro and 1 year in MSK. It's a great opportunity for us to really kind of take the reins and take some responsibility for our patients, but still have appropriate attending oversight. I really enjoy it. It's a little bit intimidating at first, but you get the hang of things and it really kind of prepares you for practicing on your own eventually. Training locations, where do we spend our time? So here's a map of Cleveland. For those of you that are not familiar, that big body of water under training locations is Lake Erie. Across Lake Erie, that is Canada. So we are pretty far north. Circled here is the Metro Health main campus. It's just south of Cleveland proper itself. And then our old Brooklyn campus, which is where our Rehab Institute is located, our freestanding rehab facility, is about 1.5 miles down the road from our main campus, which is that Glick Center. Beautiful building pictured there on the top left. We also do spend some time over at the Cleveland Clinic. This is on the east side of Cleveland, a 20-minute drive from our facilities at our Metro Health main campus and our OBC facility. So it's pretty reasonable. You're able to get across town without much difficulty. And then we have the Lewis Stokes VA Medical Center, which is right there next door to the Cleveland Clinic. So our facilities, these are some pictures of our freestanding rehab facility, which is just south of the main campus. It did just undergo a $9 million remodel that was completed in 2021. And both our patients and our providers have really enjoyed the new facilities and the new amenities that we have. We have our dedicated floors for spinal cord injury, brain injury, and stroke. And we try to make sure that those patients end up in the proper floor. And we also do take a lot of general rehab patients or complex traumas, and those get mixed throughout the floors wherever there's bed availability. Just some pictures here. There's one of the teams rounding on one of our rehab floors. Below that, we have one of our physician workrooms. It's nice and spacious. We have our research clinic, which is a dedicated clinic just for research participants, because research is very big here at our institution. And then there's just a hallway in our general clinic there. Some more pictures of the facilities themselves. Like I already mentioned, we have a stroke, spinal cord injury, and brain injury floor, as well as we take a lot of complex traumas for the area. Didactics. What does didactics look like? It is a 18-month cycle, which is by design so that you'll see everything twice. And this is 3 hours of dedicated didactics every week, as well as an additional 1 hour resident-led lesson. The didactic seminars and clinical conferences are protected learning time for us. So you are excused from your clinics that day, and the inpatient responsibilities are taken over by the attending physicians on the floor, so that we can really focus on our learning. We also have bi-monthly ultrasound workshops that are put on by our sports medicine physicians, and they are wonderful. We get a lot of exposure to ultrasound here, which is a big plus. We have additional education opportunities. A couple of them include our pain and sports medicine journal clubs. Those happen on a monthly basis as well. I'll show you some pictures of those. It's definitely something that we look forward to participating in. It's kind of a fun activity where we get to go over some journal articles, but have a good time and get to know each other a little bit better. Call schedule. So call is taken in-house here. We have a freestanding rehab unit. We are primary on all of our patients. We do not have medicine. We're not a consult service. So we have to have somebody in-house to manage any emergencies or things like that. During your PGY 2-year, you average taking about 4 calls a month. During your PGY 3-year, this drops to 1 call per month. And then your PGY 4-year, you take 0 call. I am very much looking forward to that this year. Fellowships. If you decide you want to stay here at Metro Health to complete your fellowship training, we have 2 positions in our spinal cord injury fellowship every year. We also have a traumatic brain injury fellowship, and that's 1 position a year. And then our pain medicine fellowship, which had a recent increase to 4 positions per year. I'll also mention that we are one of the 14 model systems spinal cord injury programs in the nation. So that comes with a lot of great opportunities for our spinal cord fellows, and a lot of research that happens here in the spinal cord realm. Research opportunities. We are ranked number 1 in NIH research funding among PM&R programs in the nation. This was a recent jump. We overtook, I think it was UPMC about a year or 2 ago. We have a lot of PhD staff on faculty here and a lot of large research projects that are going on. We also get these comprehensive evidence-based research courses that we deem those CHE chats. It's that month that you get to spend one-on-one with our program chair. I kind of mentioned we have a very robust PM&R PhD faculty that you can hop on projects with. We have a functional electrical stimulation center here at the Old Brooklyn campus, and they do all kinds of cool stuff. We have a brand new redesigned gate lab, and then we do get very generous conference support for any presentations that are accepted at nationwide conferences. Your benefits as a resident: you get 20 vacation days. You also get the 7 official holidays off, and as a PGY 4-year, PGY 4, you get 5 interview days. We get 5 conference days per year to go attend whatever conferences we would like to. If you are presenting at any of those conferences, any research, you have that conference costs covered. That includes your admission, your flights, your hotel, food stipend, anything else, any other charges you may incur while you're there. You get a pretty generous $2,500 education stipend. That can be used for textbooks, tech. I use it to help buy a new laptop. Or if you just want to go to a conference that you're not presenting at, you can use it to pay for that. You get up to 15 sick days, and then we also get a food stipend to be used at the Metro Health cafes and cafeterias, as well as you get on-call meal reimbursement for your weekend calls. So you can submit all your receipts for refunding. Some of the benefits that you get because you're affiliated with Case Western, you get access to all their facilities. So that includes their library, their athletic facilities, their online software and journals. You get an email account through them and a case picture ID. So kind of nice being affiliated with Case Western. Now I kind of want to jump and talk a little bit about what life is like in Cleveland. If you will interrupt me when we have about 5 minutes left, I want to make sure they've got time for questions. I will try to breeze through this as quick as I can. So living in Cleveland, a couple fun facts real quick. Cleveland was in fact the first city to be lit by electricity. Ben Franklin did not live here, but this was the first city to be illuminated and the first site of a traffic light. This is also the first. I got how long?
5 minutes.
5 minutes more total, or 5 minutes until questions?
5 minutes total.
Total. I'm going to breeze through this then.
Yeah.
Okay. So a couple fun facts about us. I will breeze through this. This is just talking about where we live in the area. Most of us live within about 15 to 20 minutes of our campus here. I kind of just highlighted through a couple places, pictures of where a lot of our residents hang out. some of the places we spend. Tremont area, a lot of good bars, food scene. The Tremont Athletic Club, which was popular among some of our residents. We had the TAC Pack, we called them, that would all work out together. Edgewater Park, which is a great beach place to hang out during the summer. Lots of outdoor stuff to do there. There's some of our residents doing different activities. Lots of great food in the Detroit Shoreway. My favorite pizza place, which is Il Rione Pizzeria, and a lot of other areas to hang out. Lakewood, this is kind of reaching that 20 minutes away area, but some of our residents do live here. It's a little more open, lots of great views of the city, awesome restaurants, fun places to hang out. The Flats, this is a popular destination where we do like our PD dialogues and our resident get-togethers. Good restaurants. It's also the site of Jacobs Pavilion, which is an outdoor concert venue. Some people come through there. And then you get downtown Cleveland itself. Has everything you could want in a big city without having the congestion of, say, Chicago or some of the other big cities. We are a small, big city. Venues that include, a lot of museums, botanical gardens, a casino. Here's kind of just some pictures of the venues. There's Playhouse Square. A lot of the Broadway shows come through there. We have all the major sports teams, includes the Browns, and you can't have football without fantasy football. We do this every year. Of course, the trophy for the winner is the Golden Boot, which you can wear proudly after you win. We got the Cleveland Cavs. A lot of our residents like to go. I usually go to at least one game a year to go root for them. We've got the Guardians here. Recent name change from the Indians. Sometimes I catch myself saying the wrong name. Really inexpensive to go see and fun games. We've got the Cleveland Monsters, if hockey's your thing, and the Cleveland Crunch, which is an indoor soccer league that we actually provide sideline coverage for along with our sports attendings. We do an annual golf outing, which is fun. It doesn't matter what your handicap is, you're invited. And then we do an annual wellness retreat where we all get to get out of the hospital. The attendings take over all the responsibilities for the day, and they sent us this year to go spend the day at Cedar Point, and we had an absolute blast. Our journal clubs include going over journal club, but really we just have a reason to go have a fun activity on the program's dime. So we've done all kinds of fun things: rowing, axe throwing, archery, laser tag, anything you come up with. We do have an annual holiday party, which is always full of joy and laughter.
You have 2 minutes remaining.
And this is my last slide. So I will take some questions here. I will leave this slide up for you so that you guys can have access. Follow us on social media. You can send me an email, or any of the other chiefs will be able to answer to you here. And I will take some questions.
It looks like you have one in the chat that says, is there pediatric exposure during training?
Sure. So we do spend a month in both our PGY 3 and our PGY 4 year at the Cleveland Clinic with their pediatric rehab unit there. We also do have the opportunity to go spend a month with Akron Peds, which is probably a little bit of a stronger pediatric program. It's a little bit of a drive, but if you're willing to make it, you can switch one of those months to go spend there or use some elective time. So we don't have any pediatric rehab in Metro Health itself, but we make sure that you get the exposure you need at Cleveland Clinic or at Akron General. Any other questions for us? No problem, Kate. All right, well, if you don't have any more questions, like I said, follow us on some of the social media. We try to post some stuff on what we're doing, some of the fun activities. And we hope you guys are interested. Apply, come check us out. I promise, I would say we're a sleeper program, but I think people are finding out about us. We have a lot to offer. I've been very satisfied with my experience here, and I think all of my co-residents would say the same. We've got awesome faculty, awesome resources, everything you can want in training, and you get to have a great lifestyle while you're doing it. Most people wouldn't think Cleveland is a fun place to go to. I'm from the West Coast, never been to Cleveland in my life, and my wife and I absolutely love it here.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for presenting to us.
No problem. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.